Hey, what is going on everybody, and welcome to Fantasia. For today, we're going to be jumping into another session of Epic 7 out today. Got another summoning for you guys. That's right, this time around, we're going to be summoning for Afternoon Soak Flan. What a weird name, but you know what? I'm all for it. Her design is absolutely amazing, and Flan is by far one of my favorite characters in the game. When Ice Flan came out, for those veteran watchers, veteran viewers out there, you guys know when the original Flan came out, Ice Flan, I went in hard on her banner. I SSS'd her day one, straight out the gate. So yeah, I absolutely love that she got a limited version. I'm kind of bummed that her, ML version did not get the buff that she deserved. But hey, here we are. Hopefully Smelgate will try again though with Pirate Captain Flan down the line, so she can be more viable in the meta. But in the meantime, we definitely will be using Afternoon Soak Flan as much as possible. Now, summoning here, I'm really hoping I don't get pity, but we do have quite a few bookmarks from when I was refreshing the shop for Harsetti. I was refreshing the secret shop for Mystic Metals. Alright, come on, please. Somewhere along the line here, right? What is Afternoon Soak Flan? She's still a ranger? I think she might still be a ranger. What do we do? I think we click, we skip. Is this it? Nope. Alright. Next one. Oh, it's an artifact. Please be Flan's artifact, though. Very, very nice. Dream-like Holiday. It's actually a pretty good artifact here. Increases critical hit damage, which is very nice. And if the caster attacks when it's not their turn, has up to a 100% chance to increase attack on themselves for one turn before attacking. So yeah, definitely something that if you want the consistency, you'd get it max limit broken. But hey, we got so many bottles of knowledge from the what is it called? The anniversary events, right? The Epic Dash Pass, that I think it should be pretty easy to do so. The arena season's also ending, and with that ending, we should be getting a new season where you can buy another bottle of knowledge from there. Alright, what do we got? A bunch of 4 stars. Okay, very cool. Strat gauntlets, got some Moonlight Dream Blades. Alright, come on out. Just don't hit pity. That's all I'm hoping for. The good thing is we at least got her her artifact, so getting a 5-star artifact is definitely good because there's no way to really pity it besides buying it with powders. Come on guys, here it goes. Please don't be another artifact. Please be a hero. It's another artifact. Oh wait, no, it's a 4-star one though. Hang on. Please be a hero. Please be a hero. Nice. Did we get it? Oh. Guys, Afternoon Soak Flan, here we go. And of course, as usual, we're gonna be taking her out for a test run in Arena. Alright guys, so here is my Afternoon Soak Flan. You can see she is plus 15 Molud because she is a DPS unit and every little bit of damage matters. And she is also SSS self-imprinted. So what I ended up doing was I took my Ice Flan that I just mentioned in the summoning portion of the video, and the one I initially summoned upon her release and SSS'd her out the gate. Yeah, I kind of fed that one into this Afternoon Soak Flan. I did replace the blue Flan with actually one of those special plus 15 Covenant selectors, so I kind of planned ahead of time for this, right? So nothing wasted, don't worry about it. Afternoon Soak Flan though, with the imprint, does help out her damage quite a bit, and I also plus 30'd her artifact. I pulled one from summoning, I bought one from the powder shop, I bought a bottle of knowledge from the powder shop, and then I pretty much just threw a bunch of bottles of knowledge into this to get her artifact maxed out, because when it's maxed out, you get a 100% chance to increase attack of herself for one turn before attacking, as well as 30 crit damage. It's just absolutely insane. So much damage value. So let's go ahead and jump into this. I currently have Flan on a lifesteal and penetration set, and I think that set is going to be pretty good for 1, penetration for damage, 2, lifesteal for sustain, right? You can think about an evasion unit as like a Rylet, right? Units like Aiden, if you have them on lifesteal, they're going to be really, really tanky, and they're going to be really resilient in fights, especially because, again, Flan has 100% evasion already. as long as she has focus. Now, Harsetti here, I'm going to be testing her with Harsetti for the first match because you can literally just click on somebody and then dump damage with Flan here. So look at this. If we, look at that. Just look at that damage right there. It should be illegal to deal that much damage in one hit out the gate, right? So Harsetti plus the new Afternoon Soak Flan is absolutely disgusting. Okay, it is nasty. Now what I'm gonna do here is I think I will go for, I'll just go for an S1. I don't think I need S3 at this moment. Oh my god, look at that. 32,000 damage, guys. Flan is insane here. Now what I can do is here I can S3. If I do, I can decrease the defense of my enemy for 2 turns. If I soul burn this, ignores res, which is really great. Only 10 souls too, by the way, which is absolutely crazy, and she'll always crit. Now, this doesn't gain you focus, so you can't replenish your evasion here, but if you S1, here, not only do you have a chance to stun, and you'll always crit, but if you use on your turn, it's an AoE, you gain a focus, right? And you actually don't trigger dual attacks and stuff, which is kind of nice. So I don't have any effectiveness on her. I'm just going to go ahead and just S1 here. Uses this special animation. It's such a cute animation, guys. And look at that. Her damage is not bad, right? Even for an AoE hit there, it doesn't, AoE hits like that S1 don't actually benefit from the penetration set. So if you're on Torrent, you could probably make better use of that AoE damage, but look at that. Every time you S1, it's not once per turn either, every time you S1, she is going to dual attack. That is crazy, right? So we could actually just dual attack with her once again here, right? Because if I go for it, see her passive here says she starts with 3 focus, she has 50% evasion, and when she has 1 or more focus, she has extra 50, which means she'll always evade at 100%. Now, here's the other thing. After an ally uses a basic skill, any S1, right, consumes a focus, triggers a dual attack, and increases combat readiness of the caster by 25%. That 25% is huge to turn cycle her, so she can keep replenishing her focus, which is really nice. Here, I don't want her to really lose her focus. Not that it matters, I'm taking a turn again, but as long as you have 1 focus on her, you're fine. Right? It's not like she uses focus in any other way. So we'll just go ahead and S3. There's unable to be countered. Very cool. Now, I don't think I need a S3 here. I'm just going to go ahead and S1. Just do an AoE again. We're going to get another focus. So you do have to kind of manage your focus a little bit, I believe, in longer matches, just because, you know, once all your units start using their skills, and they have no more skills to use, you do just have to be careful in that you don't accidentally like keep dual attacking with her over and over again. And I mean, your opponent should be dead by then, but in the case that they're not dead, then she loses her evasion, her 50% evasion, and she becomes a little bit more vulnerable. Alright, what do we do here? Let's just go for an S1 into the shoe. Try to kill the shoe here. Ooh, look at that. Look at that damage, guys. She is absolutely beautiful. Let's see how much damage she does on her S3. We've been kind of holding off on that. Look at that beautiful animation as well. All the little fishes. I don't even know. That's a koi, right? But it looks like an absolute monster when she unleashes it to attack. Let's go ahead and kill here. Look at that. Look at that. That is unethical. What an amazing unit, guys. This is great. I'm loving it. I'm probably going to hate it once we have to fight it in RTA, but for right now, I'm absolutely loving it. And she's a pretty good pair for Harsetti. Alright guys, so we're going to be jumping into our second match here, going up against Flan's favorite sister, right? Her favorite thing in the world, honestly, Landy. So, Afternoon Soak Flan actually is a really good counter into ML Landy because she is yet another unit we can add to the roster who guarantees crits. So going into this ML Landy here, I'm going to test to see how well she'll actually work. Now, here we go. ML Luna is going to seal us at the start, but thankfully the rest of my opponent's team is pretty slow. So we do have DJB here who can cleanse. If Flan is sealed, her passive won't do anything, so she can't evade, right? So having a cleanser with her for situations like this is pretty good, and this is something that even an immunity set can't really stop, unfortunately. So when Afternoon Soak Flan, I keep wanting to say Afternoon Flan, when she takes her first turn, I could actually just go for an S3. It's a pretty decent setup move, increases combat readiness of everybody by 20%. I can just push up that Crimson Armament, Ilanov, and DJB here. I could just go for an S3. Again, the anti-crit buff doesn't really matter, so I can try to defense break. Now, I'm not built with any effectiveness, so he is built with resistance. Doesn't necessarily matter in this case, right? We can still go ahead and utilize her incredible damage, right, with those dual attacks here. And with Crimson Arm, and because my opponent's about to be taking the turn, might as well just go ahead and pop that S3, get that invincibility, get that immunity going, right, and we'll benefit greatly from it. Afternoon Soak Flan gonna go again, and look at this. Every time you S1, it's gonna be multiple times, right? Multiple times a turn. So we can just go ahead and S1 here, gain a focus back, and it doesn't matter that we're no longer invincible. Oh well, DJB is gonna take the brunt of that hit. But yeah, 100% evasion means we're really only gonna get slightly tickled by every attack. Let's go for an S3 into the Bellion. I'd say Bellion's a pretty good unit to attack here to get some injury on. Needed to finish off the Dragon Bride Senya there. I guess I didn't really need to. I had Ilanov to prevent the defense penetration for her S3 reset, but decided to finish her off just so it's a little bit easier to fight the ML Landy. There's not going to be a huge barrier or anything on her here, so that's going to be quite nice. Bellion is going to come in S3. There's no souls on our part, so we can't, like, soul burn our S3. A little bit unfortunate, but it is alright. We'll make do. Let's go ahead and hit the Bellion. Look at this. Look at this extra hit. Look at that. Just absolutely insane damage. Afternoon Soak Flan is actually going to be taking the turn right after this. So let's go ahead and attack into the Luna. There you go. Look at that. We actually do get countered here. Again, only 50% evasion right now, so we could potentially get crit. We don't actually end up getting crit, so that is good. So we're going to go ahead and just use Flan's S1. That's the only thing we can do. Decent damage, again, for an AoE attack with no penetration set applying. And we see ML Landy coming with an S3. Again, physical attacks like this don't bother Flan at all. She can't get stunned, right? She can't get hit by the actual attack. So now, when it's our turn, we can just go ahead and boom, boom. Look at that. Just finishing off Landy in 2 shots. If you had a fast enough team, like a couple units that are faster, right? Ilanov and Crimson Army here are pretty slow. You can honestly just S1 twice to ML Landy, and she's dead. Alright guys, jumping into the third match, we have an ML Politis on the other side, and ML Politis is one of those units that's arguably going to be Flan's biggest weakness, right? If Flan doesn't have access to her focus, then she, 1, can't dual attack, and 2, she won't get her evasion buff, right? Her extra evasion, the 50% that you need to make her 100%, okay? So Flan's passive specifically states she needs 1 focus or higher. So when you get to that point where, because ML Politis is halving your gains, if you have half a focus bar, Flan doesn't actually get that 50% evasion, so you gotta be very, very careful. See right now how she doesn't start with 3 focus, she starts with 1.5 focus. That's gonna be pretty bad. So the thing here is, do we actually want to cleanse with DJB? Because it's not going to be too pretty. This ML Politis actually went first before the ML Luna. I'm going to go ahead and cleanse anyway. I'm going to go ahead and push up here so that Flan can go. Now let's see where Ilanov ends up. Ilanov ends up pretty close here. If I push the Ilanov up, actually, that might be pretty good. If I S3 here with my Flan, she pushes up everybody by 20%, which is not bad. That would allow the Ilanov to actually go after the ML Luna, because I think ML Luna will slightly outspeed us. Here's the big brain play, though. I could actually just go for the Genoa here, push the Genoa up, and I have that defense penetration resistance from my ML Ilanov, which means I should be able to live on my units here. This also just allows me to, push up my team. So there you go. Senya's gonna proc, Genoa's gonna go. Genoa will push up, actually, look at that. We actually pushed up way higher than I thought. Oops, I did my math wrong. I did my math wrong, guys. This is bad. It's okay. It's actually not terrible. So what we could do here is, we could go for an S1 into the Luna. Or I can just go ahead and hit the Genoa here. As you can see, Genoa's not really dealing that much damage, so I could just let him be. Go ahead and use oh, look at, wait a minute, guys. Look at this. Look at this. Wait. Oh, wait, hang on. Flan does, oh, shoot. Flan didn't, I forgot. We had our, again, we had our focus halved, right? So we didn't have that 1 focus. If I had that extra 1 focus there, I probably could have actually dual attacked into the ML Luna. but hey, doesn't really matter. She didn't really manage to land much here. DJB is almost dead. We're gonna barrier invert as his last parting gift to the team. There you go, kills off the Genoa. A lot of damage onto the Dragon Bride Senya, and then let's attack here. So the only downside right now is that the Imperial Ilanov is actually sealed, which is not good. That actually prevents me from mitigating this defense penetration that this Senya has, right? But the good thing is right now, we're fine. We're fine. She's already S3'd, right? So let's go ahead and use the Yolha's S3. I guess we can try to kill the Senya. I think Senya should be squishy enough for Yolha to kill. But yeah, again, you're seeing kind of, I'm doing this demonstration here with the Emma specifically on the other side to show you that there are ways to kind of play around the Flan, right? You can limit the amount she can dual attack, right? Instead of being able to dual attack 3 times out the gate, starting the match with 3 focus, starting with 1.5 means you only get 1 dual attack. And then after that, you lose your 50% evasion too. But I know some of you guys are sitting there and you're thinking, hey Azza, how about cleave, right? Is she good into cleave? Is she good in cleave? And the answer to that would be probably. Depends on what you have as your counter picks. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and use 2 insane units here. Gonna bring Zio, gonna bring Harsetti, because Zio will always take the first turn, right? And Harsetti guarantees first turn too. So Zio's actually going to go first, and then Harsetti will go afterwards because of how their passives interact. I also put Requiem Rowana here so she can go after Zio. Requiem Rowana has a defense break on her S1, so if you S1 and defense break somebody, they're dead. If Harsetti S1s and defense break somebody, they're dead. My Flan is not a damage Flan, right? You guys have seen her build just earlier. It's not a destruction build, it's a lifesteal build. I'm building her as a bruiser. Now if you build her as a full damage nuke, oh you bet the opponent is absolutely dying. Now for Zio here, I could actually go for an S3 instead of going for an S1. I think going for an S1 is a little bit risky here. I don't want Flan to lose all her focus right off the bat. I am just going to go ahead and hit the could hit Bellion, but I think I'm going to hit the Ron. If I hit the Ron and push him back, then Requiem Rowana on the other team can't go either. So I'm just going to go for this. There we go. And Rowana's going to go afterwards. Now Rowana, instead of going for an S3, I could just go for an S1 and try to defense break, right? Can we get it? Oh, no defense break there. Very, very sad. Alright, we could go for an S3. We could also technically go for an S1 here. I'm going to go ahead and let's see if we can S3 into the Blood Moon Haste. I don't know how much resistance he has, but most Blood Moon Haste don't have more than 100, if that. Oh yeah, he does have resistance here. But yeah, you see here, we can go ahead and just kill the Blood Moon Haste. And then boom, Flan goes in duels. We actually made it so that she still has 1 focus. I could have dual attacked with Zio at the start. There's probably, honestly, a more optimal way to approach this. I think if I dual attacked with Zio at the start, push up the Flan, and then Rowana S1 and Flan dual attacked again, and then Harsetti S1 and she dual attacked again, I think we still would have been fine. There would have been a lot of damage actually. Maybe even better than the play that I just did, because I'm doing this live and I can't really go back in time. So what do we do here? I guess I can go for, I mean it doesn't matter, it's an AoE. We have an attack buff from the last dual attack here. There you go, and look at that. Life Steal is just so good for topping yourself off. Let's see how much damage we're doing to Rebellion. Oh, she's on mature sunglasses, so still 7.5k, not too shabby. Extra damage there, not bad. Alright, and of course Zio, when he has ones, dual attack with Flan. That is crazy, guys. That is absolutely crazy. I feel like she's gonna be everywhere, and I don't know how to feel about that. Alright guys, let's go ahead and jump into another match here. This time I'm bringing A, Tywin, and Ed into this debuff heavy team with Zio, Bludica, and Harsetti there. BBK is a damage dealer. We don't really care. We have evasion. Now the good thing about Flan is that she actually doesn't need to be babysat with cleansers or utility units like a Tywin because, again, she can't get debuffed. So even if she gets hit here, I don't know who's my fastest unit. It might actually be Flan. Harsetti actually makes it RNG, and look at that. Hardly any damage at all, but no debuffs. We'll never hit never get debuffs. It's so fantastic. Look at this, Harsetti hitting, no debuffs. Unless, of course, she's on like Abyssal Crown or something, but in which case, then anyone would be screwed, whether they had evasion or not. Alright, BBK is going to come in for an S3, and we're still dodging everything, hardly taking damage overall, which is very surprising. But we could rip an S3 right here, and I think I will, just to potentially stop the Politica from moving. She's just a little bit annoying there. There you go. We got the Defense Break, no stun, but not like she can kill. The speed lowering from Harsetti really hinders Politica, and she hasn't gotten her buff yet. Yeah, look at that. Basically just tickled us here. I could go for an S1. I'll break the skill null with the S1. It's probably the best thing to do. We also just gain a focus stack. Now watch this. This is disgusting. When you have a dual attack unit like Laia, she'll always dual attack in with priority with Flan. That's kind of to be expected, right? That's not the disgusting part. The disgusting part is we have 4 stacks of focus, and oh boy, are we about to just dump damage into this entire team. So let's go ahead and kill the Harsetti. That is great. I could actually just S3 and gain combat readiness here. Let's go ahead and S3 into the BBK just to proc her immortality. And then I can turn cycle around, right? I can go ahead and S1 here. Very nice. So I'll S1, we'll go ahead and kill the Politica. She's defense broken. Oh, just look at that, guys. Just look at that. Now, unfortunately, she doesn't strip with her S3. I say unfortunately, but that'd be way too much on her. I could soulburn this and go into Zeo, though. I might as well. I don't see anybody else I could really soulburn this into. See how much damage we do onto the Zeo here. Her S3 doesn't really deal as much damage as her S1 onto defense broken targets. She's normally pretty good, right, into defense broken targets. So let's go ahead and just turn cycle the team. That should be fine. But yeah, Flan is just, she seems almost invincible, honestly. But here's kind of the downside, right? You can't help but to dual attack, so there are situations where maybe you want to keep that focus there, but you can't, right? You lose your evasion, because you just have to S1. Units like Ed, units like A Tywin, they only have an S3 and an S1, so if you popped your S3 on all subsequent turns, she's going to dual attack, whether you like it or not. Alright guys, now that we've kind of covered pretty much all the scenarios that I would like to with Afternoon Soak Flan, let's just go in and have some fun. Let's do a few matches where I'm just gonna go in with units that I kind of feel like using, and I feel like it's gonna be a pretty decently rounded team into the opponent's arena, right? So it's just some arena gameplay here, and going into, you know, stuff like Celine, maybe Captain Landy, Emma Politis, ML Senya. These are all still quite meta units. I mean, it's not like I can change who I'm fighting all of a sudden just because I'm using, these are kind of less seen here. Biblis actually somehow managed to survive. I'm quite impressed. But what we can do here is we can S3. We do get a barrier for S3ing, so let's go for that. Festive Ida is actually here too. She gets revealed from stealth from the Emma Politis, and she actually ends up being a pretty good asset because we can try and defense break. So this whole team here with Biblis, with the Festive Ida, is all meant to try and defense break my opponent as much as possible, because I want to come in with my Afternoon Soak Flan and just see how much just havoc I can wreak here. Let's go ahead and S3 here. I just want to cleanse the speed down, get the Indomitable on everybody. That's the goal. And maybe Captain Landy does go here, attacks the Biblis, that's fine, goes for a salvo. Does miss, so we do survive, very nice. Now we do get the shyness here. What we can do is we can technically S3, we can, and then, well, we can technically soulburn first. We can soulburn, decrease the hit chance of somebody. This will actually grant me an extra turn, but it'll dual attack with Flan, and then I can S3. But I think it's best to kind of save that extra turn, even the soulburn in general. So I'm going to go with this, mostly because the Emma Politis, again, kind of screws over the Flan here. So we'll have that extra hit. Let's go ahead and push my opponents back. This will be very useful. Hopefully we hit the Celine. Or not. I mean, it's fine. Didn't really hope we're hitting the Celine, I guess. We can S1 and it'll hit the Celine out of stealth. Oh man, but I could also just hit this Navy Captain Landy and it'll hurt a lot. Let's go for the S1. I defense broke everybody, right? This is the whole goal of this team, is to AoE defense break, and then just look at that. It's just dumping damage onto my opponent. Yeah, they do get to cleanse here. but it's fine. We kind of did what we need to do. And look at this. Just dual attack. Boom. Where was that Landy? Oh, she's gone. Yeah, then there's nothing you can do about it. Boom! Senya. She's gone, right? This is absolutely insane. So I could go for a soul burn here, but I don't think there's a reason to. If we hit, we hit, right? So let's go for it. We do have elemental advantage. Ooh, so there was an extra 15% chance for us to hit the Celine there. Do I want to soul burn this? I don't think so. I don't need the extra turn, so let's just go ahead and S1. Alright, down goes my Bibulus, and that is fine. Let's just go for an S1 here. Right, Afternoon Soak Flan's not dual attacking, by the way, because we don't have any focus stacks on her. So we'll go for an S1 here. This will give us the focus stacks. The next turn, we can... Oh, never mind. There's the next turn. We just killed through evasion. That is pretty nice. Yeah, I'm really enjoying Flan. I can't wait to take her into RTA. So if you want to check that out, be sure to subscribe so you don't miss it. Okay guys, so let's have a little bit more fun here. Let's kind of push the boundaries of the Afternoon Soak Flan. We have Harsetti, Dragon Bride Senya, Empyrean Ilanov, and Abyssal Yufine on the other side. 4 ML5s, 4 really strong meta units here. And we're going to be bringing Zio, along with Rekka Marwana and Summertime Assyria. The Rekka Marwana has an S3 that's an AoE. You can actually trigger the Summertime Assyria, which is kind of nice. Summertime Assyria can also proc from the Afternoon Soak Flan's S1 as well when she does on her turn. But let's see what we want to do here. I actually do get priority with Zio, and I don't know if I want an S3. I think I'd rather just S1, because again, S1 will push up the Flan, and then Flan can push up the rest of the team. So let's go ahead and do that. The unfortunate thing is that the Ilanov also pushes itself up, which isn't too big of a deal, but the Rekka Marwana actually gets stifled a little bit because the Abyssal Yufine on the other side doesn't allow us to push up all the way. Cuts our combat readiness gains in half. So I could go for an S3. S3 should be able to kill the Harsetti, honestly, which is not bad. If I S1, actually, it'll push up the Summertime Assyria, though. Maybe we go for an S1. Let's just do this. S1 will be great, because then we can push up the Summertime Assyria. Summertime Assyria get to go. Push up the Rowana. Uh-oh, hang on, that's not good. We didn't actually fully cut there. Not really what I expected, but it's okay. It's alright. So, unbuffable, uncounterable is not bad for me here. I can try to go and kill my opponent, though. Let's go ahead and try to... Who do we try to kill first? Probably the Dragon Bride Senya. Go for that. Boom. Detonate. Ooh, that's nice. The first soul burn was free. Oh my god, guys. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. This is disgusting. Holy. Who do we go for next? We can stun the Ilanov if we wanted to, but she isn't really going to be doing much, is she? We can go for... Oh, actually, she will be. Yeah, she will be. Let's go for this. Boom. Alright. Oh my god, look at that damage. That's crazy. We'll just go for one more S1 onto the Yufine here, just so we can get rid of that immunity. We stun her as well. Beautiful stuff. Rowana can go, and at this point, I think Assyria's soul burned so much, she's cycled out. This is now an Assyria showcase. That's hilarious. Let's go for an S3. This should actually hit everyone, push everyone back, hopefully. Reset the Abyssal Yufine, which would be kind of good. So even if she takes the turn, she won't be able to S3. So Summertime Assyria gonna go ahead and bomb. Very nice. Okay, and Afternoon Soak Flan gets to go once more. So if I S1 here, it'll deal quite a bit of damage. Don't know if I want to S3. I think I need the focus here. I'd rather just S1 for the focus. Again, this is the type of thing you gotta pay attention to when you're using Flan. Harsetti should... Oh no, Harsetti won't just die from the burns right there. I could S1 into the Yufine. Again, Zio actually didn't get his DFI because I never actually bothered to S3 at the start. But there you go. Rowana's dead. Zio should be dead, but Summertime Assyria and the Flan should be fine. Oh, never mind. Abyssal Crown, guys. Abyssal Crown. We are not looking good anymore. Let's go for an S1, so we can detonate the bombs there. Boom, very nice. Stun there. Stun on Harsetti. Harsetti should be dead. Uh-oh, hang on. Abyssal Yufine actually taking the turn. It's a 22k HP Abyssal Yuffie, and that's probably why we're not able to kill her. So she does take out the Assyria. Let's see if I keep wanting to say Pirate Captain Flan. Afternoon Soak Flan, she can definitely do this. I think I could just be greedy and just S1 and just finish everybody, right? Because the Abyssal Yuffie essentially defense broke herself. Oh yeah, 100%. She comes back with Holy Sack, which shouldn't matter all too much. We're actually going to outspeed the Yuffie, which is pretty good. Again, look at the tankiness of this, right? Imagine Rylet, but just better. I feel like that's what Afternoon Soak Flan comes down to. Rylet is known for his insane damage output, but look at what Flan is doing, right? Throw a couple fish at the opponent, it's okay. We defense broke the Yuffie, so even with that indomitable buff there, we should be able to kill. Should be. Oh, not quite, not quite. But yeah, look at that. Having 100% evasion is just so reliable. I kind of sort of wish that all the other units also got that. All the other evasion ones, right? But maybe I'll regret those words in the future. Anyway, with that being said though, guys, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Take care.